Hi, I'm glad you chose to spend some time with me. It is time to start the next vlog for the last week of 2025. And today we have this beautiful weather. We have had gray and cold and wet weather the last couple of weeks. So I decided to take you with me outside to enjoy the forest. The winter season has its own charm here. I am starting 2 books this week. The first one is an audiobook. It is Le Secret du Faucon 4 by AD Martel. It is the next installment in this series. And in case you don't know, this is a French-only series in which we are following Cyrielle, who is a young woman that discovers that her family has some very strange secrets to hide. It's all in a fantasy world and setting, and I think it is a very fun new or young adult book to listen to. In a physical book I am reading, and let me show you, I took it with me. You never know that I can sit down somewhere. This one, and it is by Mark Haddon, but in English it is called The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. It is a book that I found in a book box, and it is told by a 15-year-old boy, Christopher, who is autistic, and he will try to solve a mystery of a dog that he found murdered in his neighbor's yard. It is now time that I talk to you about the first book that I finished this month. And that is Le Secret du Faucon Fort by AD Martel. Like the title suggests, it is the fourth book in this series, and so it will be difficult to make to you a complete summary of this story. But after meeting the characters and starting to dip into the mysteries in book one, uncovering more secrets and especially know to learn better the characters in book two, diving into the mystery in book three. In this book, Cyrielle, our main character, starts to try to take action to set things right. And in this book, she will have to grow a whole lot from the young girl that she is at the start to the young woman that she will be at the end. I thought this book was interesting, it was full of action and it was full of emotion, and I still love this series as much as I did when I started it. The second book I finished this week is L'incident curieux, étrange, avec le chien pendant la nuit by Mark Haddon. I will put the English title over here. And this is a book that is basically a very strange but very interesting book to read at once. It is written for children, and it is out of the perspective of a 15-year-old autistic boy. This boy is on a higher level of autism, and he is going to a special school for children with such difficulties. And one day he starts writing this book about an incident that he came across during one of his night walks, on which he found a murdered dog of one of his neighbors. And this incident and this starting to write a book to process all this will lead him to uncover a lot of mysteries about his life, and not the most light ones. What is quite interesting is that this is like a stream of consciousness from this boy, and he will drift off to a lot of more specific niche subjects that are quite stereotypical, but then typical autism. I think it is worth reading if you want to have an insight in what is going on in autistic persons' brains, even if you have to keep in mind that this is stereotypical, like I said, but also not the case for all of us. We all are very different. I really enjoyed reading it because I felt that this style of writing was very fluent. But I can imagine that someone who is not autistic will have some difficulty adjusting to it. If you are interested, then I would say this is a fantastic autism representation read. It's Sunday evening and time to close up this vlog. We had a busy week. We had the opportunity to go out twice with nice and sunny weather. Unfortunately, no snow for Christmas, but the temperatures did peak down a lot. So maybe in the next couple of weeks, we might have some snow. We painted New Year's cards. This is a familial tradition that we do every year. And we also, to my biggest delight, made this wall. So my husband printed off all these book stands for me, just as he printed he razor cut the Bookwood logo. He also made this moving, well, it's intended to be a Christmas ornament, but woods and deer's bowl that we hang up as decoration as well. And that made me very happy. For next week, we have a few plans, but not that many. If you want to know, well, stick around. I will also update you next week about the 2 books that I'm reading right now. Since I finished 2, I started 2 new ones, and I started this Esteril War novel by, let me grab it, Dijan Tiago Stankovic. It is a very special book that I will tell you more about once I finish it. And I also started an audiobook of Deeds Most Valiant by, I will put it somewhere, that I had on my priorities list for January, but since I finished my wanting to listen to audiobooks for December, and that book is going out of the Audible included list, I decided to start it early to make sure that I didn't lost access to it whilst in the midst of it. So if you want to know more about those books, please feel free to subscribe to my channel and to maybe put on your notifications, and you will hear more about these reads in next week's carousel. See you soon!